My name is Eric Wilkins. I'm the founder of the Broken Wings Foundation. And what that is, that's a support group for guys who get shot and paralyzed. Basically what we do, we go out to schools, talk to kids about gangs, guns, drugs, how not to be a part of it. I was shot after an altercation started after a repast picnic. The fight escalated, and later on that night, the guys came back in our neighborhood shooting. They shot me twice. My back shot paralyzed me, and my leg shot, I was okay. And the gentleman that I was with, he got shot twice. His back shot, he was straight, and his leg shot, they had to take his leg off.
You have audible, you have visual, then you have mechanical memory. That's how memory is set. If you do something like ride a bike, that's muscle or mechanical memory. Visual, you see a thing, you see an atrocity take place, you remember that. But audible is really the most powerful. Music get to you in the same way your mama's voice get to you. So it seeps inside the fabric of who you are.
People use different songs to put you in different moods. Just like with love making, you use a love song to get you where you want. So, in a violent mood, you're gonna use a violent song, to get you there.
You got shit out here, talking about how many motherfucking cars you driving, how many girls you busting down, and you get that all day, every day. And you 6. Fuck gonna happen by the time you 16? It's right there, shimmering in front of you on TV, the Lexus commercials, Mercedes commercials, all this shit. But how do you get to it?
The industry is fundamentally concerned about the bottom line, so they would even say a revolution if they could make big money. If the revolution became real, they'd shut it down. But if they could just sell it in the abstract, they would do it, because they just interested in cash, more cash, more cash.
If you came to party, then work the show. They just roll your body like, whoa, back at on me. You can bring your homie with no chance of getting my dough. Let's go. 1 a.m. valet the car. 2 a.m. buy out the bar. 3 a.m. game up the par. 4 a.m. take home a style. You hate when them haters come in the club. Got no game, me mug acting tough. What's up? Party in here, plenty of girls.
Hip-hop is the expression and voice of many of today's youth, having a profound impact on today's culture. It can be used as a valuable resource to bring to surface the issues that face many of today's young people, such as discrimination, peer relations, and self-worth. However, the hip-hop culture is often condemned for its depiction of the black community and of women. But first, if you're gonna have a discussion about hip-hop, you have to go to its root, its musical root. Africa. Hip-hop music consists of rhythmic lyrics making use of rhyming techniques accompanied by an instrumental track, usually referred to as a beat. This rhythm was brought to the American shores from Africa, birthing the Negro spirituals, blues, jazz, even the pop culture of rock and roll and hip-hop. Hip-hop became a revolutionary style of music, which came into existence in the United States during the mid-1970s, beginning in the Bronx, a borough in New York City, when DJs began isolating the percussion break from funk and disco songs.
Hip was a word in the 70s that meant cool.
You know what?
I'm so hip. Yeah, I'm hip to that. So you heard that word, that automatically meant some cool shit. And you know, hop was, going to hop it, the American Bandstand shit. Hop is the way you dance. So you put them two words together, it's going to immediately elicit some response.
It was music that reflected the images and the voices of youth of color. These young people really were articulating their conditions, their social and political conditions. Most of them were influenced by, the civil rights and the Black Power movement of the 60s.
By 1979, hip-hop had become a commercially popular music genre and began to enter the American mainstream. There was nothing like a DJ or an MC who could rock the mic and get the crowd moving to the beat. It was the early times in hip-hop that spawned the first wave of rap icons.
My early influences in hip-hop were definitely Salt and Pepper, Rakim, KRS-One, P.E.
Heard Sugar Hill Gang. The hip, the hop, a new style of dressing and shit, motherfucking Africa Bambaataa with the motherfucking spikes on, the glasses and the motherfucking raccoon, Davy Crockett had the shit, you like, damn! These motherfuckers is cool.
In hip-hop in particular, early in my career, really KRS-One, Ice Cube.
Steady B, Cool C, X-Clan.
Furious 5 and Flash and Houdini.
Curtis Blow, Run DMC.
Hip-hop did this in the beginning. It was Vampire, Zulu Nation, Flash, and Sugar Hill Gang, Rappers Delight. Then it was Run DMC. Then after Run DMC was LLPE, Big Daddy Kane, this and that, Eminem, Jay-Z.
Lottie Dottie, everybody knew all the words to Lottie Dottie by heart. Sugar Hill Gang, Grandmaster Flash, da-ha, da-ha.
Those early hip-hop songs were so influential that they still impact music today.
Got that feeling, knowing one day I'm gonna crush these buildings. Trying to eat, dog, trying to stay fresh. Now I got meals and I'm trying to eat less. No, different from me. Yeah, mommy, I see you, G, on a treadmill, bumping 50. Oh, I get it. You trying to lose that G-U-T. Cause this summer you gonna crush the buildings, and next time you hear this, you gonna touch the ceiling. I spit art, you could doodle it. I blew up with it, dog, you could Google it. I don't know how I come up with all this stupid shit. All I know is dude that used to push the Subaru, got super rich, moving it right along, write a song that captured the feeling, like Snoop video when he crushed the building.
Many have tried to define hip-hop. You can even find it in today's dictionaries. But hip-hop is so vast that it would be extremely hard to confine it into one definition.
Hip-hop isn't just a music, it's a way of life, it's a culture. We've got our own language, so to speak.
Hip-hop is like a folk music that speaks directly in the language of the people who are still on the street corners.
Hip-hop was a certain kind of consciousness that hit a certain kind of people.
It's actually loquacious, it's actually speaking.
Picture babies in the cold, starving, got a feel for self.
You could fit a lot more in a 16-bar hip-hop verse than you can in any musical form.
There was a certain way the original hip-hopper conducted his or herself. They were different. They didn't act like everybody else. They didn't talk like everyone else. It was even beyond, say, a black thing like the African American community. Even African Americans didn't like hip hoppers or couldn't understand us. The older Latino community, they wanted the younger Latinos to assimilate to the new America they just got to.
You see that? It's hard to define. However, early hip-hop shared certain characteristics.
I've been told MCing, DJing, breaking, graffiti, and knowledge. That's 5 elements of hip-hop.
All these elements continue to be in rap music and hip-hop culture. They've just changed. Instead of people calling themselves MCs, they've kind of dropped that and they just have monikers. Those are the rap artists. The DJs who once used to scratch the records, now those are the producers. Instead of scratching records, now they have the record scratching keyed into their computers and they do it that way. The B-boys now are B-girls, who are the video vixens. What once was, in the early stages, the B-boys, the dancers, the people who went along with the DJ and the MC, and then the graffiti artists, I'd suggest, is that flowering of all the different visuals with rap. It's you know, the creative videos like by Outkast, it's the monikers, it's the labels.
And I'm thinking about Cool Herc, I'm thinking about the African Bambaataa, I'm thinking about Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. That first wave of great hip-hop pioneers who were interested in telling painful truths to Black America in particular and America in general, and the world as a whole, that it was a positive force. It was a progressive force, it was a prophetic force.
Yeah. God is my witness, and on God I'm on business. From the start to the finish, from the dark to the image of light.
Hip-hop addressed the issues of crime, poverty, and the criminal justice system. The pain of America's caste system was being echoed in the lyrics, and it began to speak to those who felt alienated and disenfranchised.
You look at what started to happen in what we call the golden age of hip-hop. When you had people like Pac talking about can't find peace on the streets till the niggas get a piece, fuck the police.
Hip-hop was meant to be used as a social consciousness to uplift people. I really, truly believe that.
Hey, what? What's happening? Stubble fish, nigga. My nigga Pac B, nigga, MVP representative, nigga.
And so, what was once considered a local fad called rap has now grown into its own culture called hip-hop, embraced by the world. Now it has been industrialized and can be measured, manufactured, pre-folded, pre-packaged, and pre-assembled to fit whatever today's music executives are looking for.
Keystone and CG, come and see what we be. From my hood to your hood, you know what we about. From my hood to your hood, you know what we about. It's Buck B, DV, Moneyville, LUV.
Hip-hop has now created its own lane by creating its own superstars, television shows, movies, clothing lines, influencing advertising, public opinion, and even public policy.
It's booming. It's great. It's putting a lot of people to work. Management teams, production teams, videos, video programming.
Hip-hop, no question, has influenced a trend in dressing, you know, just as well as, you know, a long time ago surfing did, or whatever the popular trend rock and roll did at the time, you know, with the Michael Jackson Beat It style jackets and shit like that. We already know that the things we look at influence us.
When I saw Fila sneakers, you know, I think it might have been MC Sam or somebody had Fila sneakers. I went to Baltimore to a store called Charlie Rudo's and got me Fila sneakers and a Fila, you know, jogging suit so I could have it for the first day of school.
Jay is the poster child. He shows us what to do before we do it. He tells us what watch to buy. You know, he says in the rap, he tells us what clothes. Like a lot of black people, they won't buy something for a lot of money until it's mentioned in a song.
People like Russell Simmons with Fat Farm. We see that Puffy with Sean John. We see Eniche, and academics and so on and so forth.
It touches people of all ages, nationalities, and social class.
Just recently I did a trip to Kenya, and I went and worked with some youth there, and immediately after school, where everyone is gathered around the one TV watching hip-hop videos, mostly from America. It just blew me away to see the extent of influence that hip-hop has.
Hip-hop stuck up the entire planet in hip-hop without shedding blood, without stabbing or killing. Hip-hop took over. You got Haitian rappers, Japanese rappers. You hear somebody going,
and battling you.
Right.
Police, the police be in the streets, endless dreams. Free to believe, stealing the keys, feeding the need, defeating the greedy breed. One into the gun, we run from them long enough, I'm done. So here I come, but I'm having trouble keeping faith. How many young minds get thrown away? How many times the same mistake?
Hip-hop, I think, is and was the music and the culture that in its birth was about voicing all these things, was about voicing injustices, was about voicing discrimination.
Because hip-hop is global, and it's past the hood now. Now you got little shorties in Lebanon listening to these rap lyrics.
Oh, you got hip-hop in France, you got hip-hop in South Africa.
I was just in Morocco. They got some serious hip-hop, and Sufi Muslims doing hip-hop. It was cold.
You know, an Irish female teen MC who is rapping about how hard it is in her projects in Ireland.
Some of the most political hip-hop in the world is in Bogota, Colombia, and in Senegal. That is the global reach of hip-hop. And of course, you know they receive Biggie in a very different kind of way than the brothers and sisters in Brooklyn.
I always said I wanted to have raps that I could spit them in a barbershop and get respect, but I could spit it in a boardroom and everybody in that room will understand what I'm talking about.
Hip-hop has grown from the streets of the Bronx to a global phenomenon that has been proven to be a lucrative factor in today's society. History has shown us that when there's money to be made, the powers that be will make it. The images of money, drugs, violence, and the negative portrayal of women has caused many to ask the question, what is the current state of hip-hop?
Pathetic, sad. You had this fucking beautiful girlfriend, and then she got drunk at a sorority party and had all the frat boys run up in her.
O-R-I-G-I-N-A-L, the man is man. Y'all gotta understand I'm something like a caveman. My professional will leave you with
Everybody's doing the same thing. Lyricism is not a factor anymore.
Because hip-hop has grown so much and there's so many rappers, it's really hard for one to carve out a niche for themselves.
Right now, instead of doing this, hip-hop is just doing this. It's a whole lot of us, but we ain't going nowhere.
I think a lot of it has to do with the rap game. I think rap music kind of sold out the culture in a whole. A lot of rappers would be mad at me for saying this, but I don't care. To be quite honest with you, I've done everything they've done. I've made a lot of money like a lot of these dudes brag about on TV. The time I start hearing rappers tell me, yo, I don't rap for the sake of the culture. I don't rap for the art. Man, I rap for the dollars. And that's okay for them, I suppose, but that's, to me, a bad state to be in.
Everybody gotta be a dope boy, you feel me? Everybody gotta be a killer. Everybody gotta be a gangster, and everybody gotta be hard. All I'm doing is being real. Everybody else is on, you know what I'm saying, like you can't touch them or nothing like that, and that's not even real.
You have nowadays, with the images and the lyrics, is based on young kids growing up and not being connected with the past. The old school for them is Tupac and Biggie. You know, Puff is doing it big in 93. That's old school for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they look back at that and be like, well, you know, I want to be a CEO. You know what I'm saying? I want to own my own record company. Is that necessarily a bad thing? No, but it doesn't advance the art when kids are looking at it like that.
Hip hop is in a kind of a split state, meaning there's that part that gets out to the public that has the funding and the financing and kind of the stamp of the corporate mindset. And then there's what's really going on, which a lot of gifted people are doing incredible things with music that aren't seeing the light of day.
You really can't see the good for the bad, because everybody want to sell. It's all about selling. Everybody want to put that number up there. How many CDs are you selling? I mean, you ain't got to be talking about nothing.
Sometimes artists use their music to share a message to uplift their community and offer social awareness. But what is the prevailing message in hip-hop today?
All your hate coming, my mission's to make money. You're thinking this shit's a game, what you laughing at ain't funny.
The lyrics is saying, go get this. But the environment is saying it's not possible. So with the drive, just what we have as humans anyway, you're gonna try to surmount these obstacles.
Certain things that hip hop and shit like hold valuable is bullshit. I interview cats that haven't sold fucking one record yet, and they got a goddamn piece around the neck this big. So the fuck what? Where's your house, dude? You own stock? What's your 401k look like? Like, where are your fucking priorities, dude?
You rap and become a rapper to make money. Hip-hop, you could be a graffiti artist, and that's hip-hop.
If they giggling for the love, a riddle and appreciating the plot, it can't explain the way. They don't play, the raw uncut. Hit them with a few bucks, watch them spin like strippers. All the barbershop gossip, homies sticking your clippers. I stay blazing up trees and it's far from Christmas. Broke the game down, let's just, yeah, I know you love me, but hold your kisses. Just add my jams to the radio.
The dehumanization and the misogyny that has been directed at women of color in the music. You know, all of this, the bitches and hoes and the tricks.
You can look at most of the videos of today. No, they don't portray them in a very positive way, and it's gotten to the women, you know, where women don't look at themselves in a positive way. You know, they don't mind being called a bitch or, you know, a hoe.
You coming through tonight?
Yeah, I'll be over there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, just let me stop and get some.
It's kind of messed up, but it puts the females in a bad light. My concern is I have a daughter. So when she sees the videos and sees the girls dancing and shaking their ass and all that, it bothers me. You know what I mean? Because I don't want my daughter to do that. But in the same sense, it's what sells. It's what keeps me on BT or on MTV watching the video.
Dirty South niggas is always hard. West Coast niggas is always hard. East Coast niggas is always hard. My Midwest niggas is always hard. You come talking that trash and we'll pull your car. On the what, nigga?
Youth, as we all know from the research literature, are very impressionable. And developmentally, when they see video vixens gyrating and dancing and using their physical gifts as opposed to their intellectual gifts, it sends a message that this is how you get on TV, this is how you might be successful, this is how you might make money.
More than just dehumanizing, but it's often disgusting. It's obscene to see richly complex black sisters, beautiful black sisters, reduced simply to objects of male gaze and objects for male conquest.
I mean, you wouldn't put your mother in one of them dresses. You wouldn't put your daughter or your sister in one of them dresses. But you'd rather see someone else in one of them. It's just a meaning to them. And you know, I mean, I hate to let my daughters watch it.
There is a place for how hip-hop is being depicted now. There's definitely a place. But that just shouldn't be the total view for hip-hop. And that's just my only thing, that it's just not balanced.
Okay, what do you think about music videos?
I don't like them. They degrade women. I don't appreciate that. So, and everything, they all talk about the same stuff and do the same thing in the same videos. So.
What about guns? How do you feel guns and shootings and stuff? What do you think that do you think that have any connection with hip hop?
In the 1990s, a form of hip-hop called gangster rap became a major part of the hip-hop culture, causing a significant controversy over lyrics which were perceived as promoting violence, promiscuity, drug use, and misogyny.
No question, money is irrelevant. And the bitches say I'm fly like a pelican. You motherfuckers in the room with an elephant. I keep my secrets to myself, niggas telling shit. Head capo, used to be a D-boy. I got the glow like a nigga Bruce Leroy. 2010 on my Rover hatch. Gucci shoes, Gucci hat, and a dirty guy. Shit, better nigga won't try me. If he do, better nigga gon' die, G. Yeah, I don't talk it, I walk it, kid. Guarantee ya, homie, this is how a nigga live. Chi-town down south to the west coast. But on the east where a nigga get the best dough. Sell them 40, get them 20, that's a real juggle. And I ain't touching shit, player, that's a real hustle. The world don't get no bigger. The hoes keep telling me that I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga.
I can't say guns and hip hop are connected. Cause that's that extra boost. That's a boost. That's that adrenaline. You know, that's that extra rush that you get to get you doing what you gonna do.
Any nigga could get. What's that right there? What's that right there? Say, we playing with big clips around here, nigga. We ain't playing no motherfucking game. So any nigga who feel like they want to get it, come on and get it, nigga. Let's get in there.
Nigga don't hate. Marble in the closet, baby, all by the safe. I'm that nigga, that's no lie. And ain't another like me, so why even try? Choppers on deck if the haters wanna hate. But the players love to see a young nigga doing straight. Move real smooth, in and out of state. And that's probably why your bitches all in my face. 100 on the chain.
Which one came first? Are there people with negative behavior who are attracted to negative rap lyrics, or is it there are negative rap lyrics which then promote and or reinforce negative behavior? But I will certainly say that rap lyrics can precipitate propensity toward certain behaviors, especially when it's glorified and promoted by the record companies as well as a lot of mainstream media channels.
These lyrics are some of the means of transportation to get your mind to start heading there. It's like a beam me up Scotty thing. Hey, sell all the dope you can. Stupid, man.
Yeah, hip hop changed when Onyx came out with Wave Your Guns in the Air. I think that for mainstream America, because they was on Def Jam, that was when people started to kind of really get into quote unquote street aggressive, violent rap.
It's the code of the streets. How many people have you shot? How many times have you went to jail? How many people have you beat up? You know, how many people did you kill from their clique? You know what I'm saying? That's hip hop. And it's because of these people, so many people are from the street. You know, that's all they know. And it's sad, but it's true.
I hate guns. I hate them. Oh, cause I see them. I see babies come through and they shot all up. 16, 17, gotta be paralyzed for the rest of their life crying. And ain't nobody exempt. It could be you.
Those who believe that hip-hop is in a negative state trace the root of this problem to two places.
And hip-hop developed this community. Major labels saw that hip-hop records were growing, rap artists were growing without the help of them, and seized the moment. They saw how much money was in hip-hop. They could make this much money for this much promotions. And that's when, when you saw NWA go #1 with no radio, that's when you knew the major labels, because they're greedy, filthy pigs, decided to waddle in the mud.
Some people have more integrity than others. Some people don't have no integrity at all. Some people, it's just about a fiscal year.
Record executives who aren't immersed in the culture or the community, don't understand it, just understand I gotta meet You know, I gotta meet my projections. The stock can't fall. Wall Street can't be writing bad articles in the Wall Street Journal about our record company because we didn't, you know, we only own a small percentage of the market share.
Some artists, they tell them how to dress, how to look, shave your head, wear a bandana, do this, do that.
As a record label executive, I can say, whoa, that's just too vulgar. I don't want this to be put out here. There are people who are saying, yeah, I need it to be a little more street.
I don't like this record, it's too different, it's too unique. It needs to sound like a radio record. It has to sound like so-and-so's big hit, you know, Punch Your Mama, whatever the name of the record may be.
When I was signed to Geffen, they put out a video, I had a song with Mary J. Blige called I Try, that Kanye produced. They put out the video. It didn't do what they wanted it to do. It didn't do what I wanted to do. So they decided, you know what, this artist is not viable and we are no longer gonna put money into this artist. It's a rap.
You don't sign now, nobody's gonna touch you. So you gotta sign with us. Now, it's either do or die.
There was a time when you had to have a clean-cut image in order to be a musician. You could not be in any trouble. They had to keep this pristine view of you because that's what was hip. Now what's hip is you got to be, you know, in order for you to be a successful rap artist, you have to at least been stabbed. But being shot is good. At least incarcerated once, preferably for a controlled substance or for gangbanging. Being in the news on a high-speed chase or something similar to a high-speed chase, and you gotta say, bitch, ho, nigga. If you do all those things, then more than likely, and if you get Dr. Dre on your record, you might have a hit record.
I just want to let everybody in their cars know that.
What? No!
Although record labels play a major part in the exploitation of hip-hop, many say radio also plays an equal role in its current state.
One of the great things of working in a big market radio, we actually break hit records. So a lot of the times we are the decision maker in deciding if the record's gonna be a hit or not. And then sometimes the song may be hot on MTV or BET, and then we'll jump on the bandwagon and then of course play it.
I try to bring the best of the best songs to my program director, which is Elroy. So say for instance, out of 100 CDs in 2 weeks, I'm probably down to a stack of probably like 10 or 12 songs that is, I call it my short stack, and I take that into Elroy. And so part of it is gut. The other part is knowing your market, also going out and researching our listeners. Like for me, I go to the clubs.
Artists with credentials, that helps out a lot. I mean, a new Beyonce song comes out, we're playing it because it's Beyonce, plain and simple. Jay-Z, same thing. So a lot of different things kind of plays into the factor of what actually goes on the radio.
Radio is like when the Twilight Zone used to come on, and they used to have that thing that spin. When that thing spin, it's supposed to hypnotize you. You might hear it the first time, okay? Debut, Jermaine Dupri, Janet Jackson. You hear it the first time, like, you might be like, I'm not down to Jermaine Dupri or nothing, but you might be like, that shit's weak as fuck. But in the next 3-4 weeks, you might be like, I like that part when Janet say, ooh, I like that part. And then before you know it, it's 2-3 months later, you like, that's my shit when that shit come on in the club, because it just hypnotizes your mind, so you hear it so fucking much that it brainwashes you to love that shit.
How many times have you heard a song where you're like, this shit is fucking garbage, this shit is whack? Then after the 50th fucking time hearing it, you humming that shit in your head like, it sounds fucked up, but like, we tell you what you like. You might not like that shit, but we tell you what the fuck you're gonna listen to.
And they assume that I can get on the radio and play Beyonce and it's my choice to play Jay-Z next. It's my choice to play Eric B and Rakim next, but I have no control whatsoever. It's the program directors. And that's what people need to realize. It's the program directors, the boss. They have to say so, not us. You assume that you call in a radio station to hear your song that's coming up, but really, if it just so happens to be on a log, it's coming up.
They're crooked. Crooked as a broken arrow. They charge people. Ah, man, you give me $2 grand to do your mixtape, and I'll throw you a couple of spins on the mix show.
It used to be the DJ would break records. That don't happen anymore. Now a DJ try to break records, he might have his show pulled off the air. There has to be, the program director's got to get a set list
of what they're gonna play, and the radio stations are run by 2 major corporations, Clear Channel being the biggest one, and they basically dictate which 10 songs the whole country's gonna hear.
There's a direct correlation between the spins a record gets and the sales of that record. It spikes. I mean, they do studies. That's just the way it goes. If it gets X amount of spins per week and it keeps being like that, then record sales are gonna go up. People are programmed to buy shit. That's just the way it goes. It's such a big problem because you got record companies that push certain records to radio stations. And then radio stations push those records on the public.
A motherfucker that's making a song about world peace and humanity in 2006, you ain't really getting a lot of airplay. Motherfucker talking about how big her booty is, or a motherfucker talking about how much dope he slang, and if you slang dope, you can get to where I am. He getting played, it's for a reason.
I went in one radio station, DJ couldn't even look me in the face. I got up there, the dude, he knew he wasn't playing my record, and he should have been, and he knew that he was playing politics with my life. And I got to the station, and he stayed on the computer the whole time on his MySpace and let somebody else do the interview. And he couldn't even look at me because he knew he was wrong.
Payola is everything with radio. That's why you only hear a certain amount of songs throughout the day on the radio. There's so many other good songs from rappers that are positive, but you're just not hearing them on the radio because the mainstream is paying to hear the garbage.
Most would agree that the influence of hip-hop spans across many ethnic cultures and socioeconomic groups. But how do the lyrics and the visual elements of hip-hop play in the everyday lives of its audience?
Jay-Z talked about the fact he used to sell drugs, used to flip birds all the time. Now he went from rags to riches. He has his own record label. Now he's a multi-millionaire. 50 Cent, same exact story. He got shot 9 times, used to sell drugs. He went to jail back and forth. There you go with that. Snoop Dogg does an interview smoking weed all the time. Snoop Dogg's from the West Coast. He's a known Crip, Bloods and Crips, you know that gangster thing. So if I was a white boy in Naperville, I would think all black people, all hip-hop artists just smoke weed and drink.
I turn on a hip-hop video, I see motherfuckers splashing champagne all over each other with the guns out and this and that and the third. Hey, myself, I grew up with black people. I know that's not how it is. But if I'm some fucking hillbilly in the middle of America, maybe that's where I'm gonna make my perception of you as a people.
I think you're starting to see the deterioration of the young suburbanite white kid. You know, I hear Asians now saying, "What's up, nigga?" You know, to other Asians. Mexicans saying to other Mexicans. White boys saying it to other white boys. It's like crack cocaine. You know, when it first came out, they wanted it in the black neighborhoods, and that's where it happened at, and that's where it was, and America was happy with that. And then, you know, crack cocaine slipped out into other neighborhoods, and all of a sudden white folks is doing crystal meth, you know, which is just another derivative of cocaine when you think about it. You know, it's like crack for white folks. White folks crack. That's right, we have black folks crack, white folks crack.
And it could be a white kid in Iowa. If he's frustrated, he get beat up every day going to school. And he listens to a record that says, I got my Glock, I got my AK, I got my this. He gonna find a way to get a hold of that so that he can emulate the person that he look up to.
You feel, I might be speaking something from the heart, something that happened to me long time ago, and dude can be drunk or high or feeling the same way I felt back then, and he feel like, oh, I can relate to scrap, oh, it's somebody out there feel just like me. And if I say in the song shit, and you know what I'm saying, I got sick and tired, my baby mama talk shit, so I slapped the shit out of her. He might be going through the same thing. He might be like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go slap my baby mama too.
There were certain songs that came on back in the club that'd make a motherfucking start fight. Like, that Move Bitch, when that Move Bitch used to come on, like, cats would start scrapping, like, certain songs incite that shit.
Woke up every day at the height of our careers and said, we gotta watch our day. Look, We smoked more weed than God. I drunk more 40 dogs than everybody. I drunk so, matter of fact, for 3 whole years, I probably didn't even eat. I drank so many 40s. But I never put those images and concepts in my records. You know why? Because I knew it's a powerful statement you're making.
I got involved in the community side of the struggle when I was 19, and that became my passion. If a young person told me that music does not affect them in any way, I would question them. When I was 15 years old, I heard a song called Brass Monkey. I ain't never drunk Brass Monkey, never knew what Brass Monkey was. But when I listened to that Brass Monkey, that funky monkey, Brass Monkey, monkey, that funky monkey. When I heard that, I was like, man, I love the song, I love the beat, I'm gonna get some.
I done listened to Tupac and felt like, shit, Hennessy will get rid of all my problems. You feel what I'm saying? Cause he got problems, I got problems. If he drinking Hennessy, I'm drinking Hennessy, shit.
When I was 15, I was drinking St. Ides because Cube told me to. I see a lot of cats drinking Grey Geezy. Why? I don't know, it's fucking vodka. I can't tell the difference between vodka, but like I know a lot of people's favorite MC drinks vodka. And it's Grey Goose or Belvedere. Gin and Juice dropped and I had a Tanqueray. I mean, hip hop's powerful, dude.
I know that after I've seen myself be influenced by it, the reality is that even if it ain't alcohol or drugs or sex, whatever, it affects us in some way. When you got homes that are dysfunctional, children learn by repetition, and their ears are tape recorders and their eyes are video cameras. So we gotta understand that even though entertainers say this is just entertainment, that's for you with your understanding.
It's entertainment. They can do exactly what these other motherfuckers do in these movies, these Brad Pitts, these John Travolta, all these other crazy motherfuckers, these niggas who we watch on TV. You feel me? They don't have to go out there and actually jump off a building because they jumped off a building on TV. You feel what I'm saying? So why the fuck I gotta do it, nigga? You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, if I wanna say I'm gonna drive my car up in the wall, nigga, I'm gonna say that shit and I ain't gotta do it.
Though hip-hop affects many worldwide, there is a stronger connection to America's urban community. So, the question is, does hip-hop affect the urban community differently?
The inner city is definitely more prone to be affected by the lyrics, the lyrical content in hip-hop than suburbia, because I don't really think suburbia understands the I don't really think they understand. You know, it's like, oh, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and that guy got shot all those times. Yeah, that's cool. You know, like they don't understand the severity of pain that inner city kids are going through and how much they need to hold on to something.
If white brothers and sisters in the vanilla suburb hear 50 Cent, they tend to hear different things than black brothers and sisters that are in Chocolate City. Because in the vanilla suburbs, they're living vicariously through hip-hop 50 Cent. But it's a distance in terms of the conditions. They don't really know nothing about the conditions under which he talking. So he can walk around with 9 bullets that most of them don't know what that means. See them, where you go to the hood, well, my cousin got 6, my cousin got 2, my cousin got done away last week. It's a whole different relation, often intimate to death, near death, walking around with bullets in you, and then listening to the music reflect on it. So,
suburban kids just go tell their mom and daddy, I want what Jay-Z wear, I want what LL got, I want what, I want what Young Jeezy just talked about. I want it. And their parents gonna get it for them that next weekend.
This is what I gotta do to get this dough because this is what these females like. You know what I'm saying? Or this guy down the street, my Ram's bigger than his or whatever. Back in the day when I was a shorty growing up listening to Pac and Eric B. and Rakim and Run DMC, they was just talking about, what was going on in the hood and they weren't glorifying all that. It's TV, movies, it affects everybody, they way of life. Really? And hip-hop is a way of life. And those people that got the, the control over hip-hop they pattern the way for the youth and for other people.
All my killers and my kick though niggas. No matter how you gotta do it, get though nigga. Rick Jill upgrade to the world blow. All the haters and the hustlers and the girls know. Pimpin' in the building, shining like the sunlight. Could make a heifer fall in love with me in one night. This for my niggas when they slumping and bumping. And if you real like your boy Jill, put that on something. On the what nigga, you can fuck with us.
We in denial. Rappers are in denial about the effects that we have on children. We say we ain't role models. We just trying to get our dough. Man, gee, if you don't like it, man, your mama, where your parents at, tell them to turn it down. Well, let me answer all of that. In a community where the illegitimacy rate of our children is 75%, sometimes mama ain't around to turn down the TV or turn it off. Daddy in jail or somewhere else. They say it take a village to raise a child. Who's gonna do it now? You, the artist. We used to look up to the drug dealer. We used to look up to the preacher. We used to look up to the pimp. Now we look up to the rapper. You are a role model. We gotta stop being fucking cowards, man. Rappers are fucking cowards. Rappers are cowards. Rappers who go around acting like you ain't responsible for what the fuck going on in the hood. Nigga, you are. And if you don't care about what you say, cause you feel like, well, you gotta feed, I gotta feed my family, man. I gotta give my dough, feed my shorty. That's a drug dealer mentality. At the expense of my kids and my shorty, then motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about you. I ain't buying your record. You don't come in the neighborhood. Nigga, your ghetto pass is revoked. You don't care about me and my kids. I don't care about you and yours. To hell with you and your kids. Fuck you and your kids. Fuck you. Because you don't give a damn about the dope you pushing on me. You just trying to get your money. Like we said before, that shit ain't even worth nothing. You'll die over your car or over your chain, but you won't die over your woman? You won't die over these shorties? What we talk about, man, this is my hood, this is my block. But when they fucking tear down Cabrini Green, who the fuck was saying it was their block? Where was the guns? Where was the drug? Where was the shit? We cowards. And I say we. And we gotta get off that and stop being in denial. When you ask me, how do hip hop hold us down? By feeding us lies. Because when hip hop feeds us truth, it empowers us.
We know that there is a belief that hip-hop music is used to expose and explain certain issues. But there are those who believe that hip-hop is only a reflection of the culture we live in and not an explanation.
Society has created enough despair, enough stereotypes, enough negative pictures of African American men to definitely cause music to mirror what it thinks about these young people that are making music. This is young people's version of the blues.
Right now with the Rockefeller laws and with the war on drugs, you have a lot of people going to jail for drugs, a lot of drug dealers snitching on other drug dealers in the neighborhood. And so you had this big snitching thing happening in our communities where people would be like, nah, stop snitching, and this is something that comes out of our communities, and then you hear it in records.
When the president can be a pimp, and when the president can be a gangster, and when the president can be a rider, why can't the kid in the hood feel like he can do the same thing? The police is doing it. The people you trust is doing it. The politicians are doing it. So, I think, it's a mirror of who we are. Definitely music, is shaped by society, but I also think society is shaped by music, because first you get society shaping the young people. Then you get the young people that make the music, shaping society.
Look, the fact is, there are those who believe that the current state of hip-hop is negative and that the lyrics and videos promote a negative environment. However, There are those people who still believe in the revolutionary impact of hip-hop, and they believe the hip-hop culture is getting a bad rap.
I mean, hip-hop is no more connected to violence than the White House is in dropping bombs on innocent folk in Iraq.
12-year-old kids in Africa ain't got no damn arms because they digging diamonds, bodies in Iraq and all these other countries. That's serious. That's real. Hip-hop never started in a war.
The images that you see in the videos and what the kids is talking about are not hip-hop images. I get real upset when I see the media refer to sex and violence as coming from the hip-hop community. These are American ideals.
What rapper you know sell dope? And if he do, he the dumbest nigga. What rapper you know go around killing people? If he do, he the dumbest nigga. You feel what I'm saying? What rapper you know want any problems? You feel me? Like, nobody wants problems. That's why we rap, to get away from this shit.
Rock videos, Aerosmith, all of them been doing this. It's not new. So for people to scrutinize what we do in our videos is bullshit. Because you can turn on the TV right now and you can see a cartoon character get naked. So for people to look at us and scrutinize us, or rappers or R&B singers are like, damn, why they got all these naked girls? It's every fucking where.
I think that guns have become more connected to hip hop, but I think guns have become more connected to everything in this society. I mean, guns are manufactured in urban communities, so they gotta be coming from somewhere. There are so many guns in play in so many different ways in our culture that I just think it's amazing to me that on the one hand, we could sit here and say hip hop has done so much damage, and turn right around and look at Godfather and look at all that.
Do I think lyrics affect people? Do I think movies affect people? Do I think having a strong family unit affect people? Do I think your environment affects you? Absolutely yes.
There is no doubt that there's too much violence in America as a whole, American TV, American film, and there's too much violence on the streets among poor black brothers and sisters. There's a kind of civic terrorism oftentimes at work with the gang activity and what have you. So of course some of that will be reflected in the art of serious hip-hop artists because they're trying to tell the truth. When you tell the truth, violence is part of the life of the truth that you're telling, so you have to include it.
Mobb Deep from Queens, their first album was what their experience was. Nas' first album, what his experiences is, Black Moon, Snoop, Gin and Juice. That's what his experience was that time when he made the record.
Hip-hop didn't bring guns. Rap music did not bring guns.
Way before
guns have been here. Niggas has been getting shot. Niggas have been getting killed. Niggas have been gangbanging way before rap.
It's our job as a messenger to report exactly what's going on.
Hip-hop is the results that you see from what's going on in the community, what's going on in the prisons. That's what people talking about in the music. What's going on in the exploitation in our community, that's what people was talking about in the music. So I always say if people want to see hip-hop change, fundamentally and really speak to our best interests more, the community got to do that work.
Your foundation is in the home, in the schools and in the home, and what you learn growing up. You could be a weak person or a strong person. The weak person will let a song influence them, sure. Is that the fault of the artist, or is that the fault of the parents who raised this weak person?
People need to spend more time, with their kids so that a CD ain't the father figure,
Yet, hip-hop is not share. We don't share our space with nobody. Hip-hop is the most powerful expression to hit the 20th century. And we still getting dissed.
I think much of the mainstream press would like to associate hip-hop with violence because there's such a contempt for young black people.
Because our language, our words that create our reality, others can't speak it.
It scares them.
It scares them to even speak it. So they see our reality, but they still doubting it. They still trying to deny it. They still trying to deny that I'm a high school dropout, but I teach at Yale and Harvard regularly. They keep denying that. They keep denying I'm a controversial person, not for what I say, but for who I am. Who I them.
And therefore, if you could demean them and continually view them as a threat, as opposed to fellow human beings and fellow citizens whose destiny is intertwined with ours, then you can keep that image of hip-hop connected to violence.
If you do not like the conditions and you don't like the behavior related to those conditions, then we have to change the conditions so then the youth have different choices about their behavior. And to say that the whole 100-year history or hundreds of years of history of racial, ethnic, and gender discrimination is solved by banning a CD is hypocrisy.
If you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't listen to it. Don't go get it. Oh, I don't like this. Motherfucker, if you don't like it, what the fuck you listening to it for?
You also have to have music that shows a spectrum of the community. The community is not all gold grills, crunk, dancing, stripping, drug dealing gangsters. That ain't just the community, and clowns, Sambos. That ain't the whole community. The community consists of doctors, lawyers, philosophers, scholars. You know what I mean? Where's the music to reflect those sentiments of those people in the community? I would suggest that if radio wants to increase their audience, don't stop playing the music you play, but increase the music to create a balance with what you play, with the subject of what you play. And I bet you'll keep your audience, gain a whole nother audience, and everybody will gain a newer respect.
You know, there was some lyrics that you just thought, okay, these dudes just having fun. They on something that, they're not really focusing on society. They talking about partying, get their money and getting women, which happens too, and that should be allowed to be talked about as well as anything else. But there was a balance.
The majority of the hip hop that's out now, with the flashing the women and the jewelry, I think there's a place for that. Because there are people like that's what they want to do. That's what they're into. There are women who want to dress like that and act like that. And I'm not here to judge them. But I think there's a problem when that's all you see on TV or if that's all you hear on radio.
A lot of hip-hop artists just rhyme in one zone, one existence, and that creates an imbalance for the whole world. Run DMC, the reason why everybody loved us, we didn't know what we was doing, but if we rhymed about a gun, we rhymed about not using a gun. If we rhymed about a bitch and a hoe, we rhymed about gracious ladies. If we rhymed about death, we rhymed about life. There's always the balance, the yin and the yang.
Wait a minute, yo, what's up? Can a nigga just keep in touch? That's the joint right there. I love that song. But that's grown people music though, you know what I'm saying? Not for kids. I don't feel like that music should ever be gone. But I do feel like they need to move it over a little bit and put another kind of music in also, so that shorties can have, when I talk about that balanced diet, that equanimity inside our music.
Hip hop, if put forward by courageous and visionary and highly talented artists, could be a serious force for good and justice and peace.
Hip-hop has become one of the world's greatest expressions of a person's life. And in life, people continue to grow and evolve. So what's next in the evolution of hip-hop? Is it dead like some MCs proclaim? And if so, like the late, great Biggie's epic album, is there life after death? What is the future of hip-hop?
What I think is happening now, though, what I think you're about to see is a change in our industry. I don't think major labels have the same kind of control and power they used to have. I think the internet and freedom of thought is taking control. So I believe that just like the earth, music, once it gets to the point to where it says, okay, y'all fucking with me too much, music will shake everything off and will build itself organically all over again. And I think that's what you're seeing in the internet. I think distribution as you see it today will not exist in the next 5 years. I think you'll see Google, iTunes, AOL, those will be your record companies. Record companies as you know them today are dinosaurs. That's why I think you see the profit margin in the record business is shrinking like a penis in salt water. You ever seen a penis in salt water? Yeah, well, you look at it one day when you're in the ocean or something, you swim in some salt water. It shrinks different than when you're in the pool. Just because the salt But I think that's the profit. That's how the margin is in our business. I think it's just going away.
I also think it's 360 degrees. It's going to come back around where they're going to get so tired and so fed up of this just being so glossy and so about entertainment that it's going to come back around to like it, you know, being a music of message.
Become a free thinker. This is just not, this is not hip hop, this is life. Empower yourself.
Don't let them people fool you. Don't let them make you think that it's theirs or that they control it. You actually own and control the progress or digress of your medium. It's up to you.
Come from your heart. And if you know you ain't really got it, just leave it alone. Don't push it. Do something else. Make some beats. And that's coming from my heart.
This is B. Brown. The only way to stop something that isn't right in life is for you to do it, you know? It all starts with you, you know? I can't stop what has already occurred in my life. And I've been through some shit, excuse my French, but parlez-vous français. It's up to you though. You gotta care for yourself and care for the others around you. And we will get it right. Power to the people, y'all.
I would challenge you to look at hip-hop from a macrocosmic level and extrapolate the things that might be good for you and your family and your life.
I say put them guns down. You know, you can listen to the lyrics of the song, but if you check out the pictures in my website and the different things that we do, you will see that, man, them guns are serious. And the time you get, it's serious. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. It's easy to shake a hand and go home or pick up your fist, catch a black eye, you know, but you go home. The whole thing is to go home and come back, man. You make friends.
Hip-hop is more than a music form. It's a state of being, a form of expression, a lifestyle, a mindset, a culture, a living, breathing organism that is as liquid as water and yet as solid as a rock. The embodiment of every person's struggle in life, good and evil.
I think the fundamental message that we have here is that it always takes courage to tell the truth, expose lies, and bear witness. So we have to work with each other to help make each other more courageous. And when we fall, we bounce back again. That when we go under, it looks as if we've been crushed. No, we actually can come back. And this has to do with our own artistic expression. It has to do with our political articulation. And it also has to do with how we treat one another. We just need to respect each other more. We need to empower each other more and affirm each other more. And I pay tribute to you all putting this wonderful, wonderful film and documentary together so that at least the world can hear some of the truth about the rich humanity of black people, given both the doings and the sufferings taking place right now in the American empire.
Cool to be shot up in this industry. If you've been popped 8 times, you're cool. They blame the bads of the world on a genre of music, man. You can't love hip-hop your whole life and then say, hey, George, I think that Timberland should do a beat for Justin, rock and roll.
Due to consequences, they say that I can't relate to the street. I'm hip-hop, my relation is deep. As your last stand homies, gray paces in the wall, 6 CCs below them, G's traced within the chalk. It's a face-off between those lost in the hatred and the wasted of the rawness of the hood that they got faced with. Count 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, doing 15, 15 to 20, and 16. Thinking that we can't get to you as them shanks go through you with your IV hooked up to your MV. Blasted to the sepsi, that's the quote that they have spoken. The whole 9 yards in regards to gun smoking, leaving a lung open with precision, making the choice between you and God and focusing hard on the decision. He has given the right to man, and that's to stand with my mic off in my right hand, following his command.
It's an exploitation of hip-hop, making money on the hungry, then you flip-flop. While we blame simple rhymes for incredible